What's going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at an ORICO 4-bay enclosure that's going to put to use some of your old NVMe drives. Now, if you're watching this video in 2026, or let's be honest, it's probably going to still continue in 2027, this little 2 terabyte Crucial P3 Plus that I've had, and I think I paid about 90 bucks or 100 bucks a couple years ago, is now going for about $250. Now, those prices are just insane, and quite honestly, I don't know what it's going to be like in the next couple of months or year, but if you're looking for a way to repurpose your old NVMe drives that you might have just tossed in the drawer because they were older drives or just slower drives or just kind of smaller in capacity, this Oracle enclosure might be the way to kind of repurpose that and save yourself a little bit of coin while we wait for these prices to come down. Now, speaking of prices, this bay from Oracle is going to run you anywhere from about 180, $190 to $240. Prices always fluctuate, so I will leave some links down in my description if you're interested in picking it up. And while you're down there, definitely subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, or even just share this with a buddy of yours that's looking for a way to repurpose their old NVMe drives. This is kind of very small as it is, which I really like. So this could have been a great way to kind of be that digital nomad, that content creator on the go and take all of your little NVMe drives with you. But let's get some specs out of the way before we do some real world testing. Now, what I like about it is you do have these 4 bays right on the front. You can put all of your NVMe drives in here. If I show you one of the empty drive bays that I have here, you have different holes that are going to correspond with the different size drives that you have. Now, this is going to support B and M key as well as M key NVMe's, 2230, 2242, 2260, and 2280 drives. So basically any drive that you have, you can just kind of snap it on in there and be able to use it. Now, when it comes to speed, let's go ahead and turn this thing over. This is a USB 4.0 enclosure, so their marketing is a little bit tricky. They say up to 40 gigabit a second, and that's going to be spread across all of these 4 bays on the front here. So realistically, the maximum throughput is going to be 10 gigabit on each one of these bays. So keep that in mind if you're buying this and you want to buy some new drives for it. You don't have to get the fastest, latest, and greatest NVMe because you're not going to be able to take full advantage of that bandwidth. That's just one thing I wanted to let you guys know about. Now, there is a built-in fan right on the back of the device here, and it's not as quiet as I would like. Just go ahead and take a listen to the fan. But at least this is a way that you can keep your NVMe drives cool. Now, powering this up, unfortunately, this is one of the limitations that I was talking about. You do have to use just one of these regular, I like to call these old school power adapters. This is going to output about 36 watts, and like I said, if you were that digital nomad and you just wanted to kind of carry all of your drives with you, this would have been a great idea because it's just really, really small at about 6.5 inches long. And then the height is 5.5 inches. And then the width is only 3.9 inches. I mean, this thing I can palm. Very, very small, very light, thanks to its aluminum build. And also with that fan there, it does keep your drives cool. So this would have been a good kind of like nomad on the go type of enclosure. But you do have to carry the power adapter. So I wish, at least in the next iteration, just powered by that USB 4 port. Give us a true Thunderbolt 4 interface as well, or just powered by USB-C. I think that would have made things a lot easier for people on the go. I mean, having to carry this power adapter with you, find another outlet if you're in a coffee shop or in that hotel could be a little bit cumbersome, and you might not even find the power adapter. Whereas if this was powered with USB-C, you could definitely just plug it into your laptop, plug it into any high-powered power bank, and you'd be good to go. Now we're going to go ahead and do everyone's favorite, and that's going to be a speed test. Whether it's a drive speed test, an internet speed test, we all just love doing speed tests, and this is a great way to kind of hold these manufacturers to what they state when it comes to the overall speed of the devices. Now, I do have my 3 NVMe's connected, so I have 2 older Gen 3 devices. That's going to be the mini NVMe and just the NVMe drive here. That Crucial P3 Plus is the new volume. So as you can see, it's quite nice to have 3 drives available on my desktop. There is no RAID configuration. There's no software on this direct attached storage from Orico. This is just basically drive 1, drive 2, drive 3, drive 4. I wish there was some type of software, to be quite honest. I wish I was able to kind of RAID RAID configure all of these drives that I have, but that probably would have brought the cost up just a little bit. Again, it's about $190 or so on sale, and putting in software and having to maintain that software, and I don't know. It's probably not something they wanted to do. Would I like to have seen that? Yes, I would have liked to have seen that. But as it is, it's a great way to recycle old drives once again. So let's go ahead and do a speed test. We're going to start with my faster drive, which should be my Gen 4 P3 Crucial. Let's go ahead and click on a speed test here. So as you can see, the write speed is definitely well in line with that 10 gigabit a second. 803 megabyte a second is the speed I'm getting. And the read speed here, 759, 760. That is definitely within spec as well. Now, this drive theoretically is capable of doing a lot more when it comes to speed. So that's why I said this is a great device to kind of just recycle your old drives and put them to use. Again, I wouldn't go out there and spend a whole bunch on super fast drives because as you can see, you're not going to be able to utilize them. But for general storage, 4K editing, video watching, anything like that, 10 gigabyte a sec, you can see I'm definitely well within range, is going to be more than enough, and I will transfer a file over. Now let's switch over the drive here to the slower Gen 3. Start with the Mini. Go ahead and click on Open. See what type of speeds we're going to get. One more sequence here. So did speed up just a little bit, but this drive is kind of teetering around the 520 mark. Actually dropped 505. Let's go ahead and do one more retest, which is usually a lot faster. 780. So again, let's go ahead and switch over to my third drive, and that's going to be the NVMe drive. Go ahead and click on speed test. Now this should be a lot faster. It's a newer Gen 3 device that I have, a little bit higher quality. So as you can see, 755. And if we take a look here, 789. So again, guys, the difference between Gen 4 and Gen 3 when it comes to this enclosure is not going to be night and day. They're pretty much going to be identical. So this could be a great way to kind of save a little bit of coin these days when storage devices, especially all flash storage, is definitely coming at a premium. Let's just let this one finish. Let's go ahead, 787. Lastly, just to show you for general storage and whatnot, let's go ahead and do a transfer of a 7.64 gigabyte file. Transfer it over to my P3 Plus there. Should be pretty quick. About 5 seconds. Let's go ahead. You can see the transfer speed is definitely very, very respectable here. And let's go ahead and put it on the slower drive, NVMe, and see what type of transfer we're getting. So again, the difference between Gen 4 and Gen 3 is just about a matter of seconds, probably just 1 second more to transfer that over. So enough about the speed test. Let me go ahead and give you my final thoughts on this dock from ORICO. Let's get back to the office. So guys, this has been my review of the ORICO 4-bay all-flash enclosure, and if you're looking for a great way to add up to 32 terabytes of storage, this is going to be a great way for you guys to do it. Now, ORICO could have improved this drive, again, by making it more nomad friendly, by getting rid of this power adapter necessity on the back here and just giving us a USB-C port. I did make up a word, it is what it is. But if this was just powered with that USB-C bus or Thunderbolt port on the back, this would make this a much better product in my opinion. But it is a great size, it's still very portable. If you guys need to carry with you a lot of storage, this could be a great way to do it. Now in terms of speeds, even though it is within spec of real world usage when it comes to a 10 gigabit connection, I don't know. It's still a little bit on the slower side. I think for an enclosure that's of this caliber, of this size, I think they could have found a way to really push that speed just a little bit more, especially on that Gen 3 Mini that I had there. The speed was really, really slow, and it should have been a lot faster. So your different drives are going to give you varying different speeds, and that's why I said this is a great device if you already have those NVMe drives lying around. It's not something I would recommend right now for you guys to buy and go out and buy all new drives because you're not going to really be able to utilize that speed of that all flash storage. So I would have liked to have seen maybe an 80 gigabit enclosure instead of that 40 gigabit enclosure, just to give us more bandwidth on each one of these bays there. Would that have brought up the cost? Most definitely it would have. So as a budget-friendly enclosure, let's call it is what it is, a spade a spade. This definitely is a budget enclosure, and for that, I think it's actually pretty decent. But let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments below. I always appreciate you guys watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you in another video.